KirkFerentz.com. Kirk, when it comes to how would you kind of evaluate Mark's performance? He came in here, said he was pretty disappointed how he played, but there were a lot of good things that he saw. But I guess from your vantage point, how would you evaluate him?
Yeah, one thing you did see, he can run the football, which is good. That makes us a little bit more diverse attack-wise. And, the obvious takeaway, our passing game wouldn't need to be tonight. And a lot of factors involved. And I think, part of it is just him probably pressing too hard. And I'm certainly no quarterback expert, but sat in a lot of offensive rooms over the years. And it's one thing I've noticed, it's hard to get a quarterback just to, relax a little bit and take what's there sometimes. Mainly because they want to do well and they want to push it and they want to maybe do more than they need to sometimes. And amazingly, if you just kind of are patient, good things will eventually come your way. So I think it was part of that. And, I think it's really directly tied to the cramping that he was experiencing. You're trying so hard, you're wound up, you got your motor running pretty high level, and he's an unbelievably conscientious guy. So this will be good for him to get through this and move forward. So really confident he'll be fine.
Scott Doctrine with the Athletic. Kind of along those same lines, it seemed like there was his fundamentals, his footwork, and even kind of almost pulling the string on some passes. Does that kind of go hand in hand with maybe pre-game anxiety and then pressing, and then it just you start aiming the ball instead of throwing the ball? Yep. And did you get a sense that he was feeling like that when you maybe talked to him on the side?
I think I may have mentioned it Tuesday. I can't remember, but that's always one of my fears with a newer player, a veteran player, and quarterback especially. I'm going back to Drew Tate now, where he was out of gas halftime or whatever game it was, and he hit the wall hard because his mind runs hard. And Drew was a competitive guy that wanted to do things perfectly too. So, yeah, I think that's part of it. And just sometimes you got to play through that and experience it. And I think this will benefit him moving forward because he's a good player and a good quarterback. And then the other thing, it wasn't perfect with all around him either. Protection looked pretty good, but ran some routes short because the new guys. And that's, the age-old story too. Just like quarterbacks don't want to take the drop-off sometimes, and receivers, they'll be quick but don't hurry, and they get hurried and shortened routes too. So, yeah, we had a little bit of that. It was a group effort.
Chad likes to go to Des Moines Register back to the quarterback, like going on the road. That helps almost a veteran quarterback like that to maybe calm down a little bit. Just in your experience.
Yeah. Always rather play at home, quite frankly, but I think he just needed to play, and play at Iowa. He's played a lot of football, but first time he's played here in our uniform, and you want to go out. If you're a prideful person, you want to go out and do well, and I think he's probably pushing a little too hard here. But I think he'll handle this beautifully, and he'll be fine. Ask him to be quiet next week, please. Yeah, keep that noise down. Yeah.
Today I couldn't help but notice you ran a couple design QB runs for Mark Renowski. I'm personally not used to seeing that too much, but is that good to know that you have a quarterback that has a good dual threat ability with his toughness to run through defenders and just kind of scramble and make plays off the jump?
Yeah, it is a good thing, and I thought we knew their guy ran, and but with the first half, it didn't look like we knew their guy could run, and there were a couple there that was like, oh boy, this is not good. Nobody was on him. So, yeah, it gives you one more dimension. It gives something for the opponent to have to worry about. But, you have to have a guy who can do it a little bit too. And Mark, we were confident. They ran him really, really hard his last school. And our plans are not to run that much, but it's nice to have that in your repertoire, certainly.